Okay, we are live. Hey,
Hello.
hello, hello everyone. I will retweet on Twitter that we are live.
I'll do the
Everyone
same.
is getting ready for the game.
What game? Is there a game
What
today?
game?
The finals of the European Championships, I think you mean?
That's today.
Ah, okay, yes, that's logical.
I feel like that usually marks the middle of the year, and I'm not ready for that.
Same.
Ah.
Okay.
It's so nice to be with all four of us again.
Yay!
Yes.
It's been a while.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's been a while.
Yeah.
Hey.
But we did
Hello.
manage last time. We did manage to talk about the book.
Hello.
Hey, hello.
Sorry.
Yes, last time we were only Sasha and I, and Steph was in the comments
In the
in
chat.
the previous live show. It was fun. It was
It's
really
so
fun to talk
good.
about the book. Yes.
I mean, I was a little bit dead back then, so I live.
You feel better now?
Yeah, a bit. It's just everything is so busy and so much going on, and like. Also, I'm in a massive reading slump, so yay!
Me too.
I haven't read in like 3 weeks.
Wow.
Oh.
Yeah, it's very bad.
Are you going to try to read today?
Yeah, but I'm trying with something I'm currently obsessed with. So
That's good.
Which is?
It's a good plan.
anything that has to do with Loki. Anything Loki. So I'm actually like I'm reading Norse mythology by Neil Gaiman,
Mm-hmm.
which I love the way that this gold sort of sparkles. But
Yes,
yeah,
it's beautiful.
I'm like 20 pages into it, and I want to know more. So I also have another book lying around that's about Loki, so I might just read that. Otherwise, it's back to fan fiction I go. Very bad.
Yeah.
If you enjoy it, amazing.
It's really bad, but funny. What are you guys reading?
Well, Sasha, you just finished a book, so what are you going to read next?
I think I'm going to read this one because I need to read it for my book club. So Blade of Secrets by Trisha Levenseller. So I'm supposed to read the first 10 chapters for today. So I'm going to do that.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, after finishing a series, like reading a standalone feels right. So, I mean, no, it's not even a standalone. No, I forgot about it. No, it's a series. But never mind.
Only the first one is out for now, I think.
Yeah, so that's
It's less pressure.
That is the only book I don't own from Trisha Levenseller yet. The Witch's Heart.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm going to Goodreads right now. We need more Loki in our lives, okay? Never enough Loki.
But I hope you're going to enjoy Norse mythology. I really love that book by Neil Gaiman.
I'm so excited. So excited.
That's good. That's amazing. It's so fun to see someone excited to start a book. Like, it's so exciting. I love the start always. It's the most exciting part. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay, what about you, Steph Jane? What are you going to read?
I think I'm just going to finish this. I'm in the middle of Binti right now.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, yeah.
And it's really good. It's really good so far.
Oh.
It's like really big. I don't know how to describe. Like, when something's a novella, but it's covering a lot of really large topics in like a really small chunk of time.
Mm-hmm.
That kind of big. So like, I should be able to finish this today, but I also have to like slow down and annotate because I'm like, whoa, that was heavy.
Yeah.
That was good.
Is it the first book by that author you're reading?
Yeah, this is the first one. It's the pick for my sci-fi book club this month.
Oh, cool.
Exciting.
Cool.
How about you? What are you reading?
It's a book, right?
Yeah, it's short. It's only 100 pages.
Oh, amazing.
But I think there's going to be a lot to talk about. So
okay, that's good. Okay, so I'm reading Court of Thorns and Roses.
Ooh.
I wanted to read it. Yes, I wanted to read it for a long time, and I started yesterday. I'm actually something in the health of the book. I just listened to the audiobook today a lot. I'm actually not really feeling it.
Wait, what? The audiobook or the book?
So I read the book yesterday, like I read over 100 pages, and I really, really loved the start. Like the first 40 pages were amazing. Like I cried, I felt everything. I was in tears, and then just got really boring. And so far, I'm really enjoying the audio actually better than the book itself. I don't like it feels to me a little bit slow and without a lot of plot so far. And like I'm in the middle of the book, so I hope it will get better. And I heard that the second book is way better than the first one. So I don't know.
Okay. That's one of those series I've heard a lot of people say, like, oh, just wait till you get to the second one or wait till you get to, like the next one. And I'm like, I don't want to wait. Like, why can't the first one?
I mean, I've read the entire trilogy, and I think looking back on it, I want to say that I think it's entirely overhyped. I fell out of love.
Which trilogy?
The Court of Thorns and Roses one.
Ah, okay.
I enjoyed the first one. The second book one used to be my favorite book of all time until I read different things like The Wrath of the Dawn. But the second one is actually, I think it's really, it at least for the time was really good, but I'm pretty sure I wouldn't love it as much if I were to read it now. And the third one was an absolute disappointment for me, and I gave it like 2 or 3 stars. Yeah.
That's sad.
Yeah. But I know that's a lot of people's favorites.
Yeah.
Yeah, I cannot Sarah J. Maas, I'm sorry. So I won't say anything.
Yes, I mean, I'm also not really feeling it. I don't, like everyone says that the second one the best, but I actually went into Storygraph, like the site, because it says there more data on the book, like reviews and how it feels. And I saw that it's really, really slow paced. So I think it's mainly character driven book, which usually I don't really love. Like sometimes, yes, if the book is amazing, but usually not really. So I don't think that I would even enjoy the second one. Like, I don't know.
I think the second one is just, like, the second one isn't even a fantasy book, in my opinion. It's just a romance book.
Yes, that's what I thought.
I think that's a very unpopular opinion. I think a lot of people like the fantasy aspect of A Court of Thorns and Roses, but I feel like the plot itself is very lacking compared to the way in which the characters are written, because I think that's definitely Sarah J. Maas's strong suit. The characters are really, really well done, and then it sort of lacks in plot and world building, in my opinion. But I'm not the biggest Sarah J. Maas fan, so I might step on somebody's favorite book here.
It's my first Sarah J. Maas book. Yeah.
I think I first started Throne of Glass, which I read the first 5 of, and then we got Tower of Dawn, and I just didn't want to continue because I don't like Kale, and I just didn't care anymore, so I never continued. But then I read A Court of Thorns and Roses, and I remember Aqua War, so the third one being my most anticipated release of all time. I've been screaming about that book for over a year. Then I got it, read it in a day because I couldn't wait, didn't sleep over it. And I remember it was like 6 a.m. I was sitting there with a cup of coffee, and this was before YouTube, and I was just sipping my coffee going, this was the biggest disappointment of my life. I'm never going to be excited for a pre-order ever again. I cried because of how disappointed I was. The stakes were so high. Like, the bar was set so high for me after the second book. And the third book was just like, yeah, not for me.
I can relate to that.
Did you read it as well?
No, but like I'm a huge Dark Tower fan from Stephen King. Like, I love the Dark Tower, and I've been collecting like the graphic novel what do you call it, like reboot or whatever. And then when the movie came out like 2 or 3 years ago, I was so excited and so hyped. And I went on the day, like, I don't go to like release day movies. It's just like how you're like, oh, I don't do like pre-orders, but like I went on the release day, and then when it was done, I cried because I was like, this was the worst movie
Oh no!
So bad.
Yes, that's so bad.
That is so
That's so
sad.
sad.
Oh,
Yes.
Yeah.
I actually feel it like in movies a lot because usually the movie really disappoints. Like from the book,
Yeah.
just isn't the same, never.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Also, yeah. I think movies are also very personal. Like I have a lot of unpopular opinions about movies.
Mhm.
Me too. High five.
Really?
Hey.
Don't take me to the movies. We're not
Unless it's Marvel, then we're usually good. But
Actually,
other
I
than
don't like Marvel. Sorry.
that, first you DNF one of my favorite books,
I
and
love
then
you though.
now this. Please don't ever read The City of Brass because I don't want to know.
Actually, that's on my so many people have been telling me to read it, so I was thinking next year.
If you hate it,
Next
just
year,
don't
you have
don't
like
tell
already
me.
plans.
Okay.
You have plans for
Wait,
5 years
don't-
later. Next
By the
year.
time you actually get around to it, we could do a read along.
As me, you love doing read-alongs to books that you already read. Like read.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's because I know that I'm gonna be in there for the long run because I love them. Like I will not
That's
feel
right.
pressured to read them. If you know what I mean. Like I feel so bad for Steph because you were kind of like pressured into reading the second one.
No. Like I genuinely, this was a 5-star prediction. Like, because I went to Barnes and Nobles. I went to like all my local bookstores. They didn't have it, so I went to Barnes and Nobles and was like, okay, I think I'm really gonna like this. I'll buy it. And then I was like, no. But it's okay. It's totally no one's fault. We tried. You can't love everything.
No, that's true.
Yeah.
That's true. That's very true.
I didn't Endgame.
You didn't like Endgame? I mean, I agree with you. Infinity War is the best out of the two, but I mean, I get it. I get it. I'm not going to say anything because spoilers, but I get why. At least from an Esme perspective. I miss going to the cinemas and they're screaming about your favorite characters and I miss it so much.
Yes, actually, I went to the cinema like 2-3 times in the last 2-3 months. And like I really love going to the cinemas, but because of all the situation, there isn't a lot of interest in movies right now. So like for me, the cinema is open, but like I saw the new Wonder Woman and I liked it, but most of the films aren't really interesting, unfortunately. So I just wait for more interesting films.
I mean, maybe Black Widow. That's been out since yesterday, I think.
Ah, yes. Okay, maybe I will go to.
I'm tempted to go, but it's a stupid subject, but the corona cases are really skyrocketing here right now, and I just don't know if it's worth going to the cinema to watch a movie and then catch COVID. I mean, I've had my first vaccination, but I'm still not completely protected. So
yeah.
If you're doing the Pfizer vaccination,
I'm getting Pfizer.
So only in the second one, it's going to protect you.
Yeah, especially now, here in the Netherlands, we have I think they call it the Delta variant or something.
Oh, it's everywhere in Europe.
Yeah.
And even people who got vaccinated are getting it and going to hospitals.
Also where I live.
So it's something else. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
That's when you feel comfortable.
Yeah.
Yes.
I don't remember the last time I went to the cinema, actually. I think it was 4 or 5 years ago. This is something I don't really enjoy. I prefer to watch a movie at home,
I think for me, it's 2 years ago, so I can feel you on that one.
No, I actually really love the cinemas. I always go to the cinemas. I'm always the friend who wants to go to the cinema. I don't know. I really love the experience because in the cinema, you going out of the movie and you feel like you came back into the real world. You just felt in a different. That's why I really love cinemas, because it just feels like you're in a different place, just not in the real world anymore. That's why I read books.
I mean,
Fair.
that's very fair.
Yeah.
I'm curious though. Opinions on 3D.
Mhm.
On 3D movies?
Yeah.
Usually, like I don't feel that. First of all, I have glasses, and like right now, I'm with lenses. But when I was a child, I didn't have lenses. So when I was a child, 3D movies for me were just so horrible because I needed to put the glasses on my pair of
Oh
glasses.
no.
Yeah, it was so heavy and just I didn't like it. But like usually I get disappointment from 3D. I don't feel like it's really good. I don't like. I prefer a regular movie usually. Yes.
It's just that there is not enough 3D in the movie. Like they're selling it as a 3D, and then you have only like some details that are 3D, and you're just like, wait, I paid more for that. Like,
Yeah.
I like the idea, but I'm waiting for the holographic kind of movie. I'm waiting for that.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I don't do 3D movies here because usually they're way more expensive than the regular movies. And like Sasha said, it's only like some sections of the movie, not the
Yes.
entire movie.
Mhm.
Unless, but what I really like watching in 3D is like the local like science museums. They have like
Mhm.
Yeah.
with like the ocean and things like that, and all
Yes, that's
3D.
cool.
Oh, so cool.
Mhm. I
Yeah, that's
agree.
really
That's cool. Go free, it's okay to pay.
I think this is about Black Widow,
Yeah.
maybe?
No, the 3D movies. I think.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Actually,
I
so.
don't do 3D. I don't. I just
Mhm.
I actually, fun fact, I actually I did a very long sitting of the 3 Captain America movies when they came out. So like when the third one came out, there was like a sort of marathon kind of thing for all 3 of the movies in 3D. And I hadn't watched at that point. I hadn't watched the second one completely yet. And I remember sitting there halfway after like the first out of the 3, and just sitting there going, "Oh, my head is hurting. I don't like 3D. I don't like
Yes.
this." It was absolute torture. The movies were amazing, but the 3D, and after that, never again. Oh,
Yes.
so bad.
Yes. It usually makes you like your headache. I
Ugh,
really get it.
so bad.
Mhm.
Oh, I'm glad it's not just me.
No, yeah.
No, that's so logical. Like it's really logical with all the situation. Yes, you like 3D movies? Interesting. That's right.
I mean, I really love the
Actually,
idea of 3D.
Mhm.
Like, I find it cool, like, to have something different. But I would rather go to like Disneyland or whatever when you have just those little attractions, like with like 5 minutes of 3D, then you have the mouse, you feel it under your foot or whatever.
Yeah.
So that kind of 3D, I feel like is more, I don't know, believable and more like
Mhm.
you can appreciate more because it's not like too much or not enough. I don't know. I feel like they sold us like I don't know how much is a ticket for you, but like if I would go to watch a normal movie, like not a 3D, it's 15 euros the tickets, and I'm just like, and then for 3D it's 20 euros, and I'm just like, is that really worth that? Just like I remember when I was like 15 years ago, it was like 5 euros the ticket, and now for a regular film it's 15. I'm just like,
Wow.
Yeah.
no.
Same.
Also, €5 difference between like a regular movie and a 3D one is pretty a lot, I think. Like for me, it's something like $1-2 difference for a 3D movie. So it doesn't really like it's pretty cheap, like almost like a regular movie. Just the headache and the just don't really want to watch a 3D movie.
I mean, you get all of that for free.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I get why it's more expensive because you have to have people giving like the glasses, and then you have to take them back and you have to wash
Yeah.
them, etc. So I
No,
really get why it's more
You don't
expensive.
get to keep them.
not really. I just
No, because these are the metal-y one.
Oh, we have different ones.
Not like the. Oh no! Those are super heavy. The one we have here.
Oh no,
So
ours is like
we
plastic.
we actually had the really heavy ones, and now we have like the light ones that we keep to ourselves. But I actually work in a cinema, so I know that it doesn't cost any more money to make someone give you glasses, because you just take one of the workers for 5 minutes, 10 minutes. It's just like a part of the job. Like instead of someone just taking your ticket, he also takes your ticket and also gives you glasses. So like this part isn't costing more. I guess that the part of like making the movie 3D is what costs like more, not the
Yeah.
I guess
workers.
it depends on the size of your cinema. Like if it's a
Yes,
small one, like
yes, you're right.
here, the one next to my house, like it's like 25 films, like movies at the time. Like
Cool.
so, it's like a big place, and all the rooms are like 200 people, 200,
Mm-hmm.
250. So it's like a
Yes.
big
Mm-hmm.
like cinema. So I guess, but yeah, here we are
Mm-hmm.
talking about cinemas.
Yeah. Yes, I guess. I actually saw, I think, Joystick Park. Like, do I say it? Like the
Jurassic
movie
Park.
Joystick. Yes, it
Jurassic
was
Park.
really fun in 3D. I saw it in the cinema. It was
The
really cool
new
in
ones, or the
3D.
old ones, like the
The new
newer.
ones, the,
Yeah. Okay.
the one of the newer ones. Like it was 2, 3 years ago.
Yeah.
Like just the new movie.
Mm.
Mm.
Those are
Mm-hmm.
those are really good movies, by the way. I really love those.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so you want to do some reading sprints? Yay!
Yes.
Yay!
Oh, okay, so for how long? 20 minutes?
I'm actually gonna
Yeah.
go off and buy The Witch's Heart now because I want to read.
How to get out of a reading slump? Get yourself a new like addiction or
Yes.
whatever. Like addiction is not the word I
Okay.
was looking for. Like obsession.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
Okay,
it's
great.
definitely an addiction, but I mean, it's okay. I am obsessed with it, but I think it's an obsession that doesn't hurt anyone.
I always use this sound like when I'm when I'm buying stuff and
Yeah.
like I'm doing unboxings.
Of course, yeah, I am obsessed with it, but it's an
Yeah.
obsession that doesn't hurt anyone.
Except your bank account.
That doesn't
We
exist.
don't talk about her. We don't talk about her.
Okay, so let's start. Okay. Okay, we finished.
You scared me.
Hello, hello. Okay.
Ew.
What did you say?
How'd you guys do?
Oh, sorry.
Yes, how much everyone read. Everyone looking. I read something, actually, exactly 20 pages. And yes, like, it's more of a romance than a fantasy. Like, just feels to me like a romance, and I'm not really in a romance mood. So I don't know, like, that's okay. I'm not really loving it. Pretty average. Yes.
Are you thinking about pausing it and maybe picking up something else?
So actually, no, like the audiobook really helped me like to go through a lot. Like I already in page 250 out of a little bit more of 400. So like I read more than a half, and I don't want like to stop in the end. So I'm probably going just to listen mostly to the audio tomorrow or something. Just like passes really quick as the audio, so that's okay. Like I feel that if I can listen to it in audio, but I will probably won't pick the second book for a while. That's for sure.
Well, I did 20 pages, so I am over the halfway mark. I might finish this in the next sprint or so.
Oh, that's good. You like it?
I do. I really like it. It's really good.
Okay.
It's not, I don't know if it's a 5-star yet. It's kind of sitting at like a high 4-star, maybe 4.5. I'm not sure.
4 stars is also amazing.
Yeah. I've personally read 22 pages, and so far, I mean, I've just read 2 chapters, so I cannot say much. But this is actually the first time I'm reading about a character who has social anxiety. Like whenever she is in a situation in which she has to talk to someone, she just like freaks out. So this is the first time I'm reading that, and I mean, I'm not enjoying what she's going through, but I'm like,
it's realistic.
Yeah.
Like,
well, I read 40 pages.
Oh.
I mean, the font is pretty big. Like, it's pretty big. Also, I mean, I'm pretty sure that the most hilarious thing about the sprint is me just constantly laughing. Like, I'm not sure if anybody saw me, but I was literally sitting here, like, laughing so hard because I just had the story about how Loki cut off a lot of Sif's hair. And it's the best. Loki, like, he was literally like, I was bored. And I thought, you know what, I'll just cut off her hair. And Thor's like, well, put it back, otherwise I break every bone in your body. And he's like, well, I can't because I pulled out the roots and everything. So she's going to have to be bald. And then Thor, they'll probably think that she, deserved something. Like she slept with someone she shouldn't have or whatever. They'll laugh at her. And Loki's like, yeah, they might do that. Who knows? I was bored. I don't care. So much fun. I kept having so much fun with this.
Oh, that's amazing that you're having so much fun.
I needed this so badly.
Yay. That is
amazing.
He's so mischievous. I love it. Also, the fact that I just imagine Tom Hiddleston's voice in my head as I hear Loki's face is even better. Oh, I love it.
I'm glad. That's so good.
That's good. Yeah, that's good to have like a book that makes you laugh in order to like get rid of that reading slump. So that's amazing.
Yes. I think this was a good choice to make on my part. So really nice.
I think that's one of my most viewed video on BookTube. Like when I started BookTube, I did a lot of review, and that one, I get to like notification people commenting under that video. I'm like, oh my gosh, I filmed it 3 years ago. Can you not watch it anymore?
Also, like it's so stunning. Like look at the spine.
Oh,
the spine's completely golden.
Gold. I love gold.
Yeah. And I don't know. I just really love that it has this. Like, it's a paperback, but it has like the flap.
Oh,
flap.
yes. That's nice.
Yes.
I actually, I bought this at the. I think I bought this at Heathrow, so it's also a good memory.
Nice.
Meaning that I've had it for like 3 or 4 years.
Mm.
Oops.
At least
Right
you got
time.
it. Yes,
Yeah.
like
Right on time.
better later than never.
Yeah.
Simona.
No.
At least you are here now.
Yes.
Also if you're late.
I totally relate.
Happy reading.
Yay!
Yay!
Yep.
Haven't heard of
I can
will.
recommend, if you want something funny, read Norse mythology. I'm having a blast.
Mhm.
Oh, I really need to read
Ooh.
Alice.
Me too.
I mean,
That's on my TBR.
You're doing a read along for it.
Oh, are
Yeah.
you?
Yes, we're
Nice.
reading the first
Mhm.
book this month. Yeah.
Have you started
Amazing.
yet?
Nope.
Okay.
Amazing. Yes, I actually like
Yeah,
I saw
it's
a
okay.
few I saw a few opinions of people that didn't love it. Like I don't think that everyone loves it, but it's definitely really hyped up. So you see like especially the really good reviews, but also the good reviews says that Akutar isn't good. Like only the second book is good from what I saw. So, but honestly, I'm not sure if I will like even the second book.
I believe this is one of the series that if you're getting into reading for the first time ish, you would enjoy it. But if
Yep.
you have read tons of other books, you won't enjoy it as much. It doesn't mean that it's not good. It means that it's not at the right time. You're not reading it at the right time in your reading
Yes.
process, kind of thing. So I
Yeah.
believe. I mean, I have not read it, so
hmm
take
No,
it with a grain of salt. So.
I actually can really agree with you, especially because I don't know, like it has nice word, but it isn't the most like so far from what I saw isn't the most like the word is nice, but I don't see a lot on the world building. Like it's a part, but not a big part, and I want to see more. Like there is a few chords which sounded amazing, and we like this is what's the reason that I wanted to pick the book because I know that there is like a few chords, like night chord, day chord, winter chord, spring chord, like a lot of those things, and like I really wanted to see the world building, but like I didn't even heard about the chords until the half of the book, and you don't have any description really about the chords.
There's so little about the courts in
Yes.
all 3 of the books. I
Oh,
think one of the only ones besides like the spring and night court that you see a lot of, obviously, I think is summer court. But other than that, I don't think they even like go into real depth about all the other ones. I don't even know who the High Lords is of every single court. So yeah,
This
Yes,
is
and, like-
wild because when you see like the fandoms, like all the goodies or whatever, it's all about the different like courts or whatever, like
Yes.
winter one, blah blah blah. So I thought it was like a huge part of the books, but apparently not.
from what I
That's
remember,
wild.
No, it's not. Like from what I expected, I also like I saw so many people talk about the chords. I really wanted to see like thing. I really love when especially in fantasy books where there is like different groups, like houses in Harry Potter, districts in Hunger Games, like Divergence. I really love groups and like different types, and to see the difference between the different types. So the world building so far, like it sounds good, but I don't see it almost like nothing. And I don't know, like it feels to me mostly romance. Like if I would give it like a rating, like romance will be 80% and fantasy will be 20%. Like it just feels to me like a background setting around the story, but the story is mainly romance. And like I wanted something more, I don't know, like more intense. It's also really medium slow paced. I don't know, like I'm not really enjoying it.
Have you read Snow Like Ashes?
No,
Yes.
but I heard good things about
Oh.
it. Is it good?
I mean,
that second book is so bad. Oh my god.
Yes.
I actually enjoyed it because it was one of the first book I've read when I joined BookTube.
Mhm.
And I think it has a lot of good things in YA fantasy, and also it has the winter people, the summer people, spring people, etc., and they all have a different kind of magic according to which season they are related to, and there is like a lot of politics in it, etc. And that's the kind of series you might enjoy because apparently you love that kind of thing. But I feel like it's also like I would, if I had to reread the book now, I would not enjoy it as much, and I know it. But back like in the days, I was like, oh wow, and that was actually one of the first series I've read like in English and whatever, and I was like, okay, that's actually brilliant, and I love the different group, but yeah, but
Yes,
it's not
there is.
that bad, Esme. Don't say that.
Well, it wasn't necessarily bad. It's just I loved the first book. The first book I like literally read in one sitting. Absolutely loved it. Gave it 5 stars. And then I went into the second book and it was so slow. Like it was slower than like people driving in the road and you're like, you know, you're allowed to go 80 here. Please speed up. Like it was so slow. Painfully slow. And so it was such a letdown for me. And I really enjoyed the third book. So I think it's definitely worth reading the series. But the second book, it's just, it really
that's in between book. Like setting up everything for the last one.
Yes.
I totally agree.
Also, did you guys, like, speaking of, like, different types of people, have you ever heard of the Darkest Powers series?
Yes, actually.
Follows a girl, I think she's called Chloe, who's a necromancer. And there's, like, different people with different... It's definitely something that I got into when I was, like, 13. Loved it. Best thing I ever read. I don't think I would enjoy it now, but it's kind of the same thing. It was so interesting. It's so interesting. And she, at one point, I think in the book somewhere, she basically doesn't like even realize what she's doing. And then she's like bringing back rats to life. And it was so cool. I remember yeah, those. Yeah.
When you check the covers, you just like, is it like Twilight? Is it like...
Yeah. I think they even came out around that time because they're pretty old. Yeah,
that's
they're really cool though. They're really, really cool. I can really recommend it to like younger readers. So cool.
Yes, there is actually a lot of books that like I read like in this time, and I just say to myself, I'm not enjoying it right now, but if I read it 5 years ago, it will probably be an all-time fave. Like, but yes, there is so many series that like now I'm not really enjoying. I just need to read more adult books. That's why I picked A Court of Thorns and Roses, because I heard that the first book is more YA, but the rest of the series is more new adult. And like, I know that there is going to be a lot of romance and steamy like moments, but
not
also
even steamy is like full on 18 plus.
Yes, like already the first book has really good descriptions. Okay, so like I knew that it's going to be romance and steamy, but I thought that it's going to be also new adult plot wise, because I wanted to see more mature plot, and so far there isn't a lot of plot. So
I think it's like the second book for me, and that just I know it's not true, but it kind of feels like porn without a plot. That's literally how the second book feels.
That's why I think I won't enjoy it.
Yeah, I doubt you will, but knowing you, I don't think you will.
Yeah.
In general,
I will probably.
Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, you started to talk. Sorry.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
Yes,
go ahead. I'll make it quick. I'll make it quick. What I wanted to say was that I think the only reason why they're not YA is because of the explicit sex in there. That's the only reason they're not young adult, but new adult. I think that's why.
Yes, I will probably like. I don't think the series is bad. I'm just in the past year, not really in a romance steamy mood to read a lot of steamy books. I remember when I was in high school, I really love steamy books. So I just think that like it just, I don't know, a feeling, a mood. Maybe I will love to read like really steamy books in a year. I don't know. Just right now, I'm looking especially for fast-paced, intense books, plot-heavy. That's what I want to read, like this past year.
Yeah. On that topic of like how we used to rate books to how we rate them now, even in like I've only been on BookTube for like less than 2 years, but just thinking about all the books, how I used to rate them in the beginning, I was always trying to be so positive, like, oh yeah, this is good and this is okay. Now it's like, bye, like, totally not the same.
I do always try to sort of keep a disclaimer in there. Like, even though I personally hate a book, it doesn't mean the book is bad. It just means that it doesn't connect with me. Like, take, for example, the Shatter Me series. I know it's widely loved, and I don't think it's a bad book, but I absolutely hate it. It's just not for me. And that's okay. That's just, but I do always try to sort of be a little bit more gentle and be like, well, I just want to say it's not for me, even though I really hate it, but it's not for me.
Yes, I actually usually when I write like a review, because I always write reviews on Goodreads, I guess we all are, but like I always write a review on the book that I didn't enjoy, and usually I write there why it wasn't for me, because usually it's just like I see why. Like I said, it was really slow paced, or it has like really romance heavy, and I didn't want it. Like I usually know the reason why it's like this. Says my cat is trying to climb. Like yes.
Oh no.
He's going crazy a little bit.
Yeah, very rarely do I feel like it's objectively a bad book. Like just like you were saying, Esme, like most of the time it's like a matter of taste or like preference and everything. But once in a blue moon, it does happen where I'm like, oh no, this is a really bad
book.
Yes.
Okay.
Am I also then just the person that's just like, I in videos just basically say like, oh, it's not for me, and then I don't even put it on Goodreads because I don't want to dip into that like negative pool. I know.
Yes, usually.
I don't know.
If I'm the DNF in a book, I usually don't give it a rating because I DNF'd it. So I don't feel nice to give it a rating because I didn't read it until the end. Just wasn't for me. It's okay. I also feel that a lot of books, like I sometimes read a book and I find it really childish, but it still doesn't mean that it's a bad book, because maybe someone in a younger age would really enjoy it. That's like totally okay.
Also, what makes a book a bad book?
I've read one book. That's
you read only one in your entire career. No,
but I mean that's one that I would say it was bad. It's still on people's favorite list, whatever. But it's a middle grade. It's Murder, Most and Ladylike, and in that book you have a lot of bullying, a lot of kids using other kids for their own.
Oh, your sound cut out.
Your sound purpose. Gone. Sasha, we
can't hear you.
No. I was so curious to what your reason is, but I can't hear you. Oh, look at her being cute, though.
Oh no.
Oh no. Start using sign language.
We can see you, we just can't hear you.
Yes.
That's weird.
Yeah, you back?
Oh yes.
I'm back?
Yes.
Yes. Yay.
Amazing.
I don't know what happened. I don't know what you heard.
You basically started with bullying, and then I think you started to say
something bullying
kids.
Okay, so it was kids bullying other kids or using kids for their own purpose, being like, you're fat, you're stupid, you're worthless, you should kill yourself, blah, blah, blah. But never explaining that it was bad behavior within the book, which I feel like kids do that. Like it's in school it happens, but usually there is, especially in middle grade books, an adult who would come and say, this is not okay because blah, blah, blah. But it was never explained in that book. And I feel like that's what makes a bad book. When, like, you have mean characters, okay, but just explains why it was wrong. But
I agree. I did the same thing this year with the first True Blood book, Dead Until Dark, something like that, which I still need to make a rant review video on because that might be the worst book I read this year. But it was like, there were really problematic things used as plot devices and they weren't addressed. Like they were actually made okay. Like there were characters saying really racist things. There was so much misogyny. And like, so like a character would say something really racist and everyone would be like, yeah. And then it would just never get brought up again. And it was like, I feel like there's a difference between something happening in a book because it's going to be a part of the story or it's going to be addressed at a certain point. And there's another side of it where it's like, if it keeps happening, I'm starting to question if this is the value of the author and like, where is this, like, what does that have to do with the story? Nothing. Like, why did you do that? So
yeah, it depends on how it is addressed, as you said. Like,
Also, apparently, like, I'm quickly looking through my Goodreads, seeing which books I gave 1 star. There's not a lot of them, and there's not a lot of them I read because I wanted to. So a lot of them were for my studies, but like I can see where Esme comes from. It's sometimes so funny to see like your ratings X amount of years later, because with certain books, like when I first read the selection, I gave it 5 stars, and I'm not the person to change something once per like, I don't know how many years later, and I still read them for funsies. But even though I don't think they're great books, they're just very amusing. But if I were to read them now, I would never ever give them 5 stars again. But I don't want to be rating because I did still, like, back then it was 5 stars for me.
Yes, there is a lot of books like this that once were 5 stars and now like definitely not. But that time when I was younger, I enjoyed them. Like it happens a lot with a lot of YA fantasy books usually.
Yeah.
Yes.
I don't know what's going on with 2021, but I think I give in at least 1 or 2 books every month 1 star.
No.
Yes. It's a really bad reading year for me, actually. Like I don't know, like since I remember in the start of 2021, like until March, April, I just read mostly bad books. I didn't had any 5-star except for a graphic novel. And then I was like in a reading slam for a month, which is good because it was pretty short. But like I didn't want to read anything. And then I remember that in May it was okay, but only June was a good reading month for me. Like I felt like it was a really good reading month. Like I actually read a few books that I really didn't like I gave 2 stars. But like most of the books were amazing, and I also read a lot. July so far isn't the best, but like I have a lot of more time to read, so hopefully it will get better.
And did you notice like a pattern?
Like yes, I actually always look at my statistics, and also I got like I was in a really huge reading slam for 2-3 years, something like this, and I got back into reading like in the middle of 2020. So I like since I got back into reading a year ago, my reading taste really changed, like since I was younger. So it was a lot of trial and error, like to find what I like now in my age. And I really love to look like at stats and try to understand. And like in June, I really tried like to not read things that I don't want to read, and like I don't know, like first of all I found like I always knew that I am a mood reader, but I found out that I am really a mood reader. Like my mood changed so much that I can't even commit to a book half an hour before I read it. Like until I don't start a book, I can't commit because my mood changes and I need to pick a book based on my mood. This is like the most important thing that I found. And the second thing is that like I I think that I try to look for more mature books, but especially fast-paced books. Like usually if I don't enjoy a book, I see that it's usually pretty slow-paced. Like not always, sometimes there is like different reasons, but usually it's like that the book is too character-driven and slow for me.
Yeah. And what about you, Steph? Were all the books you gave 1 star to like books you picked that were recommended to you?
Some of them were, they were mostly for like book clubs and like things where I was interested in them and I thought I was going to really like them, but they were more objective. They were all objectively bad. Like usually if I don't like something and it's just like a matter of my taste, I'll either DNF it or maybe give it like 2 stars. So I only usually give 1 stars if it's like there was something really, really like problematic. Like I've been reading a lot of manga lately. I mean, I always read a lot of manga, but like I gave a lot of manga this year 1 star because it was very much like sexual with like minors and like just like things that I wasn't okay reading. So I was like, yeah, no.
It already sounds painful.
Yeah.
I love having to read it. So
yeah, and it's a lot of popular favorites too, which is why I felt bad. But I literally just posted a video this morning about all my mangas that I read this past couple months, and a lot of them are 1 star. I feel bad.
Uh-oh.
Fine. It's fine.
Okay, so we actually really...
That's why you were like this? That I need to read Brandon Sanderson? No?
Yeah, Well of Ascension is so good.
For a minute, I thought those were your pants, Sasha, and I was like, that's so cool, but it's
That's a blanket.
A really cozy one. It seems really cozy.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're actually really behind in the comments.
Oh no.
Yes, we are sorry. Yes. About Akutara. I think, yes, it's about Akutara. Yes, I feel you. It's just pretty slow. Like, yes.
Thanks.
Oh, I'm pretty sure you're not doing weird shit though. She does a couple of questionable things from time to time.
Does she? I don't follow Vanessa Hudgens, so I wouldn't know.
There was actually this controversy about her when Corona first hit, where she was like, "Well, you know, people are gonna die anyway." It was pretty bad.
I remember that.
That one was a bit painful, just a tiny bit painful.
Oh God. But thank you. I guess.
Oh no.
Akutara,
I think it's about Akutara, yes. Like, yes, also. Like, I'm going to finish it only because the audiobook is like, okay. Yes. Yes.
Oh, that would be cool.
And ranting about books in vlogs. It's really fun.
I need to start filming videos again. Uh-oh. For the vlog. Yes. Hey. Going to be fun, yes. Oh, really?
Oh.
That's so sad though. I mean, yes, I was very surprised with this one because usually it's only with paperback, like with hardcovers, but this is like a true paperback that has like flappies. So
actually, also like for me in my country, like not all of the paperbacks, but half of them are like this.
Oh, really?
Those parts, yes, like it's really
first one I've encountered, I think.
Yeah, so it's really like it happens a lot for me. I'm actually also looking at my books. I actually don't see, but I saw a lot. Like there is a lot.
Yeah, same for books in French. We don't have hardcovers, so yeah.
Yes. Yay! Read it. Let me know what you think when you do. When it ever gets on your actual TBR, because we all know that we vow to read things and then. Well, basically buying books and reading them is a very two different hobbies.
It's on my non-TBR game TBR. Non-TBR game TBR. Sounds good.
I'm curious. What is this concept? Oh, I only did that for the first couple of pages because it was either using that as a bookmark or, well, forgetting where I was or making a dog ear. So yeah, we don't dog ear books on in this house.
I actually find those parts useful if there is some kind of map or something, and then I can like put it on the map, and instead of like picking one of the first pages, I already go like straight to the map. That's when I find it useful. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, it's also definitely. Yes, the selection is definitely more romance. I especially love that it felt really modern, because usually like royal themed books, like I don't know, fantasy books in castles and princesses and princes are usually more like ancient, and it was really modern. It was fun.
Really amusing. I think the trilogy, like the first 3, are really amusing. The final 2, not so much.
I have an unpopular opinion, but I actually really enjoyed the final 2. Like I get why people didn't like them. I don't say that they compare. I don't know, like they don't compare to the first 3, but I really love them and I enjoy them, and I love how it ended and in which direction it went. Yes, they weren't amazing as the first ones, but still were really enjoyable for me.
Balance.
Yeah. Yep, balance. I mean, unless you're really looking for romance, then usually I go for contemporary, because I feel like, I mean, in contemporary you tend to not have the fantasy elements. But I rarely read contemporary, so.
More different places, okay.
I mean, maybe I just pushed all of that out of my head and just remember, well, the steamy bits. Or, well, lots of steamy bits. It's been a while.
I like a good like steamy moment in a book. Like if I wasn't expecting it, it's kind of like a nice little change, but only like maybe once or twice in the whole book, like not the entire book.
Yes.
Unless I purposefully was looking for like a romance. Like
yes, that's why I'm not really enjoying erotic and steamy books usually. Like sometimes yes, but usually I'm in a mood for like good plot with romance, like as a side plot and not the main thing. Yes. That's good.
Yeah, that's
yes, we all.
With those, a lot of things. For me, it's really funny to see, because with some of the ones that are my absolute favorites, and Femke hasn't read them yet, it usually sort of, I see in Femke what I would have thought of it if I were to read it now. So, for example, with Darkest Powers, I read it when I was 14, and I really, really loved it. And then Femke read them, and she was like, well, they're enjoyable, and I would have absolutely loved them if I were 14 as well, but now they're just like, okay. And I'm pretty sure if I were to reread them, I would get the old sentiments of loving it. But if you read it for the first time, it's just not as great. So I think it really ties in. Same goes for like a lot of series.
Yeah.
Yes, that's so logical. Hey,
hello.
Hello. Journey Beyond the Barrow.
Oh, that is so. That sounds a little bit like. Is that called The Rescuers in English as well?
Rescuers.
That's so cute.
It's a new release. Oh,
that's so cool.
That's interesting. I actually usually don't like ever read middle grade. Like also when I was in the age of middle grade, I didn't read middle grade. I went like to young adult books. I just couldn't read middle grade. And I actually have 2 middle grades like in my TBR shelf, and I really want to try read one of them in August because it goes really well with Readathon. I will be participating. But yes, like
I quickly put it on my TBR. It sounds cool.
Yes,
Sorry. I know it's an unpopular opinion, but I am weirdo, so
We're just full of unpopular opinions today.
Yeah.
I rated the ENF book. Yes, I can get it. Yes, if you like read like the most of the book, I can get like I'm usually, if I'm in this part of the book, usually I'm not DNFing it, which is like, if you want to DNF it, it's amazing that you can DNF a book in 75%. Like I wish I could really, but like I totally get it. I also think that if I would like read 80% of a book, I will probably rate it.
I don't read books I DNF, but I will write a review on why I DNF'd it.
Yeah.
So people with similar tastes would like know what didn't work for me, so maybe they know for themselves. So yeah.
Oh no.
Oh no.
I actually never heard about this book, The Haunting of...
I mean, taking it from this, you probably shouldn't.
Yes. Okay, interesting.
Yeah, for sure.
I
Also,
can't...
Sorry.
Yes, I just wanted to say that, like, I can't agree with something more than that, because I'm such a mood reader, and when I'm going to a book, I'm picking it because I want something, and I'm not talking about like picking a book and then it will surprise you. I'm talking about the vibe. Like, I just feel that I'm picking a book for a certain vibe. It actually happened to me with Beach Read, if you know, like, the book Beach Read. So the cover gives such different vibes from the book. I'm talking about the US yellowish cover. It looks like a fun rom-com, like such a comedy, just a fun comedy romance, and it was sad and emotional, and like just the different... Yes, it almost didn't have any summer vibes, first of all. Like, the book, yes, the book called Beach Read, you have two people on a towel on the beach on the cover, and then I read the book. There was some summer vibes because it took place in the summer, but like in the whole book, they were on the beach one time at the night, like even not like in the summer day. Okay, it was so different from what I expected, and like I don't think it's a bad book. I think that I could really enjoy it if I went to it like in the right mood, for something sad and emotional and crying, but I wanted comedy. Like, I wanted something fun and easy. Like, it just, I think the cover is gorgeous. I just think it's so not suitable for the book and the vibe of the book.
I'm like so shocked because it literally looks like a light, funny.
Yes, exactly.
Like, I'm not expecting that. Is that the one where the synopsis is something like two authors and they meet on the beach and then they like swap stories or something like that? Yeah,
Yes,
that sounds like a comedy. Wait, what?
Yes, exactly. Like, I was so shocked. Like, it's about two authors, and I like the whole aspect of writing and authors. It talks a lot about writing slam, which is like nice because I also love to write. So it's like, it was really good, but not what I expected. Like, I was sure it's going to be comedy, fun, but it was the opposite. It was so sad, so emotional, so like deep, and that's okay. But give me a book cover that matches the vibe and not something totally different.
Wow.
Yeah.
Shall we read again, by the way?
Yeah.
Yes. Yes, we already talked for so much. Let's just look at the last comments.
Oh, yeah. I feel like I also give a lot of 3 stars. I feel like it's a 3-star year, and then there's like certain books that just pop higher and lower sometimes.
There's a way to check that on like Goodreads or Storygraph, right? Like your average?
Yes, I'm actually not sure. The cover, little amazing.
I don't think you can check the average of the year. It's just like your average since you joined Goodreads.
Yeah.
I also think so. Yes, also think so. Yes. Yes,
Yeah, that's
the like the cover, the title, even the title doesn't match as the book, really.
Yeah.
hmm
Yes.
Doesn't that come in with editing though? Like that should be caught in the editing process.
Yeah.
Or like,
Also, I hate authors who just add certain aspects like LGBTQ plus just because they feel like they should. Like
Yes.
it's so annoying. Like so
Same
annoying.
about killing characters. I know that
Oh.
it's like different, but sometimes authors kill characters just because
Yep.
they should. Just because it's
Yeah.
like, yes.
Doesn't make any sense.
Yes. Yes. It
It's so
isn't.
sad.
You all know that it isn't. It's sad and emotional.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so for how long do we want to go? Like, we are like, we talk so much, so we are also getting already to the end. Maybe we want to do like one final reading sprint, but like a long one, maybe half an hour,
sure.
45
Is
minutes.
that enough time for you, Esme, then to get ready for the game?
Oh yeah, I just have to walk downstairs, sit down, and that's it. So
Okay, so
fine.
let's do half an hour then.
Yeah.
Let me just- Okay. Happy reading.
Happy reading.
Ready.
That's it. Yeah. Yeah, my timer doesn't make a sound. Maybe. Hello, hello everyone.
I'm guessing Steph finished it.
I'm almost done. I have like maybe 10 pages left.
Wow.
So good. It just went up to 5 stars.
Oh, that's amazing. I'm so happy
Finally,
for you.
5-star read.
Yeah.
That's
I'm so happy
good.
for you. That's amazing. I read over 40 pages, which is nice. I like it more. Like it's still average, but like we saw a little bit of our family, and I really loved our family. And I heard that a lot of people don't like Nesta, but I really love Nesta so far. I don't know, like I didn't read the rest of the series, but I love her. Like she definitely my favorite character so far. I really wish I saw her more. And yes, like I just got to a lot of explanation about something. So actually interested to keep reading, get to see like what happened and all the explanations. So at least it's not boring.
Yay.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that sounds
That's
good.
hmm
What about you, Esme?
I read about 70 pages, and again,
Wow.
Yes.
this is just hilarious. Like, I'm halfway done at this point. I am loving it so much.
Oh, that's amazing.
I just had like the myth of Thor's hammer getting stolen by I think it was like a dwarf, like a dark elf, and Thor being dressed up as a woman to go and marry this dwarf, and then Loki just being there like, yeah, but he basically has to smooth everything out. It's just, oh, I love it so much. It's so much fun. I love it.
Oh.
I feel like this is definitely going to be 5 stars once I'm finished with it.
Oh, that's amazing. And I guess you out of your reading slump because of this book.
Maybe. I
Maybe.
mean, the thing I'm excited about most is Loki, so I mean, I'm I'll just read more Loki books to get myself out of my reading slump, I suppose.
Loki?
A good
Loki.
plan.
Loki, need to read more Loki. What about you, Sasha?
Read 34 pages, and I'm loving it. There is something in like Trisha Levensero's books that I just love. I don't know what it is really, and it's all about women, like female characters. I don't know, like
Yes.
I don't know. I loved all her books, so that's
me
saying
too.
something.
I mean, which ones are there right now? I think it's Daughter of the Pirate King, like that duology.
Yeah.
I really want to read
And
it.
then is that also
The Shadows Between Us?
Yes, that's one of my absolute favorites. Oh my god, I love it so much.
And
there was another one,
Warrior of the Wild.
Oh yes, also love that one. I love her writing so much. I completely agree. I really need to read that book. All of them are 5 stars.
And it's beautiful.
I gave
Oh, it's
all of her
pretty.
books 5 stars. So that says enough, I think.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's all about feminism and strength, and I don't know. Yeah, I really love
Also,
the messages.
the first sentence of like The Shadows Between Us. Wait, let me grab the book. I need to read this to you guys.
I'm now really curious to see. Actually, I have a daughter of a pirate king, like the 2 first books, and I really want to read them hopefully soon. They feel to me really good to read in the summer because pirates and sea. Oh, it's pretty.
I got the special like Fairy Loot one. I read it first, and then I was like, I need the special one, and then someone was selling it, and I was like, give it to
amazing.
me. But the first sentence is, they never found the body of the first and only boy who broke my heart, and they never will.
Ooh.
Wow.
She literally killed the first boy she ever loved, so... It's so good.
I want to read it now.
Yes. Also, if you like a similar vibe to this, then 100% read Sky in the Deep by Adrienne Young. It's phenomenal. I love it so much.
It's on my TBR, so interesting you saying that.
So good. I have to say that the other one, which is The Girl the Sea Gave Back, was a little bit less interesting, but then there's Fable and Namesake, which is just as good. Oh my god. Oh, love that. Okay. Sorry, I got out of hand there.
No, not at all. All these titles I've never heard of. I love it.
So good. So good. So feministic, and I love it. Female empowerment.
Yeah.
Yay. Also, I feel like the entire like Viking, like warrior women kind of thing, it's just so cool and so underdone.
I love it.
And both of these women do that so well. So I love their writing so much.
Thank you for being here.
Joining.
Oh, good. I hope
like
you keep liking
really
it.
dense book then. Like
Yes.
The what?
So like so big, and like I feel like it's very big but also very dense.
Yes? Really? It like always looks to me like huge books.
Yeah, it's 630 and a very tiny font.
Oh, tiny.
Oh, that's a lot.
Tiny.
Adult fantasy, high fantasy, epic fantasy. Not sure, but yeah.
Yes, adult fantasy are usually really long. I have actually an adult fantasy series I want to read. I hope to get to it soon.
Oh, I hope they'll feel better soon.
Yes, I hope to. It usually passes after a day or two, so I hope you feel better soon. At least you're working. That's good.
Yeah. Yep.
Is that about the shadows between us? Because
Yeah,
you do. I can do an elevator pitch if you want me to.
It's like enemies to lovers, but really, really well done. I'm not like that book made me like that trope. So yeah.
So good.
That sounds good. Yes, I actually love enemies to lovers, but I read so many enemies to lovers. I'm more critical about enemies to lovers. Usually just like average, and sometimes it's amazing. So yes, it's interesting. You made me really want to read the book.
I love a good enemies to lovers.
I mean, my love for that started with The Wrath and the Dawn, which, in my opinion, if you do an enemies to lovers and they don't want to kill each other, at least one party wants to kill the other party, it's not enemies to lovers for me. It's just like we dislike each other and then we fall in love. It's only enemies to lovers if they want to kill each other.
Yes, I agree. Yes, I love those books when they start with like a line that just makes you want to keep reading. One of my favorite books has such an interesting first line. It's Horrid by Katrina Leno. It's a horror book.
Oh, I really need to read that one.
Yes, it's like my first horror book that I read. Definitely my favorite one. Wow, Katrina Leno writing is just so unique and amazing. And like everyone that I recommended Horrid to and read it, loved it because of the writing. It was so good. Like I'm a plot-driven reader. You all know it. And the book wasn't really.
Really?
Yes, really.
Wow.
Yes, but the plot of the book wasn't really like it was nice, just wasn't plot heavy, and I still enjoyed it so much because the writing just was everything. Just wow. Definitely one of my all-time favorites. I loved it so much.
Also, I need to quickly read you guys part of the synopsis. because I think you will have a grand time. So, Alessandra is tired of being overlooked, but she has a plan to gain power. 1. Woo the Shadow King. 2. Marry him. 3. Kill him and take his kingdom for herself.
I read the synopsis, I think, a few days ago, right? Okay, now it's similar for me. Okay.
I remember reading that and going, okay, that's going to be 5-star for me, and it is.
adding to wish list. Yes, it sounds good.
So good. So good.
That does sound so good. See people in the chat adding it to their TBR.
Yes.
yes, please.
Everyone wants to read it now.
Like, if you ever get like a TBR card or something that tells you like someone recommends you a book, just tell them Esme recommends this to you, so you can. I will be everybody's friend for that card. Not just for that card in general, but you know what I mean. Oh, I really want to read that one.
Yes, actually,
it was also 3 stars for me.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was like a very interesting concept of women like living together and having some kind of flute or whatever. And whenever there was like some kind of rite of passage, how do you say that in English? Like they have to do something in order to become like women and to become like leaders, etc. And actually, every single person has a soulmate, and that teenager is going to play that flute or whatever and attract their soulmate, who they have to kill. And that was a whole concept, and I really loved that concept. It was really interesting, but after it was like so weird. It like the relationship between the two characters, like it's like when you read in some books people becoming best friends after 2 hours, being like in love, but in love after 2 minutes or whatever. Like just
instant love.
It didn't feel believable. But I still have the sequel, so I would, because the concept was really interesting. So I'm still like intrigued. But it was like so, I would say.
I had this with Everless. Like I don't know if you've read Everless, but I read both of them in one night because I couldn't sleep. And the first one is just so amazing. Like I loved the first one, and the second one just, I don't even know what happened to it, because in Everless they basically have like time as currency. So say when you're born you get 80 years, and then you, if you're very poor, very quickly on spend your time, so your life, because that's the currency that they have. And it's such a cool concept, but they rarely use it, and it's so sad. So sad.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's sad, like, to go to a book because the idea was really good, and then you don't see from the idea enough.
Yeah.
Yes, it's really sad.
So sad.
It's happened a couple times.
Yeah, sounds like the relationship is the problem in Vampire's Moon.
Yeah, it just went too far. And you know, when there is like a time difference in books, or you read like in 2 weeks or whatever, you know, when there is like a period of time you're not reading about, sometimes like it's weird to feel connected again, because like 2 weeks passed, but for you nothing passed. It was just like the next page, and you don't see that evolution. And that's what bothered me in that book, actually.
Okay.
Okay, good to know.
Yeah.
Okay, interesting.
I think I will leave it off my... Wait, what's cool?
Yes, I'm not sure if I want to read it, although it sounds that part of the book will be enjoyable, but most of it not really. So, yes.
That sounds really cool. I feel like I have that one on my TBR, though.
Okay, wait, I'm looking at it. I want to see it. It sounds really cool, actually. Like the concept sounds.
Oh, girl.
Not good.
It sounds cool, actually. Okay, interesting. Want to read. Okay, actually, I don't know why, but I feel like
the cover.
Yes, the cover is pretty.
Ooh.
I actually see this cover.
Let's see.
Oh, you have different covers.
No, that's a different book.
Oh, the girl. That's different. Yeah.
What?
Midnight Girls. Other way.
Okay, I'm confused.
Yeah, that's working.
Yeah.
It's so pretty.
Okay.
I put it on my TBR. I actually have a different
I'm
book.
going to add the it's a standalone. Amazing. I love it. I want it.
More standalones.
So many series this year. This is the year of series.
It has it has only 19 ratings, but all of them are good.
Are they?
It's
Maybe it's a new release, isn't it?
It's going to be published in December.
Oh.
It's from the author of The Dark Side. Like this book, it's a new. It was a new release. Like I didn't read it, but I heard about it. So it's from the same author, and it's going to be released in December. Okay, interesting. You got an arc, like you read it in the arc. It actually sounds like really good. I want to check it out.
Yeah, me too.
Mm-hmm.
Yay!
Perfect timing.
I saw the Shadows Between Us was $9.99 for hardcover. I mean, if that doesn't tell you to buy it, I don't know what will.
It's a good price.
Yeah.
Yes.
I just bought so many books this month. I can't buy anything else.
Same.
No, that's not true. I actually did. By the way, Sasha, did you get the special edition for the Winter Night trilogy? You did it?
I don't collect different copies, like editions of the same book. So I was like, they're beautiful, and I was like, I want them, but I don't want them. Like I just wanted to have them, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was so tempted because I got the first one from you for my birthday, and I'm keeping that one. But I also got that one because I still need the second and the third book, and I can have a reader copy for the first book, and then
Yeah.
Yes.
Otherwise,
Excuses.
I'm pretty sure I can sell them at some point and then get the regular editions. But I'm for sure keeping the one
beautiful.
Yeah.
No worries. As long as you love the story, I'm fine with that.
Yeah, I'm scared to read it. I was supposed to read it for Polar Thorn, which might have been in February.
Yeah.
Maybe for the Little Meltdown that's coming soon. Maybe I can read it for that one. I think it's called a Little Meltdown. At least something small.
Yeah, Meltdown. 28, like August 28th.
Yeah.
Just for 36 hours.
I think I can do that. Maybe.
But Steph, you got them. That's what you said, yeah? Or no?
No, I want to get the Witcher set.
But you didn't?
No.
Oh. Sorry, I brought it up.
That's fine.
I want the Witcher box. I want to read that series so bad. I have not read it, but I feel I'm going to love it. And I want to read it before I watch it.
Me too.
Yes, logical.
Me too. That's why I haven't watched it yet, because I really want to read them. But there's so many. I mean, unless I saw the wrong thing, because in my local bookstore, they had like one whole shelf or something. There's like a lot of books.
I thought it was like 7 or 8 books.
Is it?
How many?
Or maybe it was like other.
I think quite a few, yeah. But I have this with like Brandon Sanderson because there's so much and they're all so huge and it's so intimidating.
Yes. I'm also intimidated to start with Brandon Sanderson. Like, I have these books and I want to start them, but I'm so intimidated.
Yeah, I can't take any more series right now.
We know what to get Sasha in October.
The special edition.
Oh, for my birthday. I was like, what's in October?
Way to forget your own birthday, Sasha.
I can't. I'm those kind of people who get overexcited for the birthdays. Like,
I love birthdays.
Yes.
Yeah, me too. for me, it's always like it. Especially when I was younger, there's like two big holidays in December. So the 5th of December is a Dutch holiday called Sinterklaas, and then we have Christmas, of course, which I love. And then my birthday is the 11th of January, so it's like gifts after gifts after gifts. And when I was a kid, I was like, "Oh, hello, this is my birthday month."
Oh, your birthday's right next to mine. I'm on the January 9th.
Oh, really?
Hi, Captain.
That's so cool.
Oh, that's really cool.
So we have to do birthday trade. We can send each other.
Yes, we will.
That's great.
Amazing.
Yeah, paper note. Sorry, I saw a comment on the right. Sorry, it's way down. We'll get to it eventually. Is that the midnight thing? I don't remember which book this is.
I mean,
am I also the only one who's like so out of touch with like new releases?
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
I don't like. I know the releases of my favorite authors, which I mean was like one this year, two this year, but. Oh yeah, I love that one.
That's a sequel to Midnight Light.
See, I knew it was something with midnight.
You were close.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a sequel to that book. I have that book on my shelf, but I haven't read it yet. See this one.
Mm.
Yeah. Oh, it's beautiful. It's pretty.
Yeah.
Yes.
I haven't heard great things. Like I heard a lot of people say it was like mediocre and like 3 stars, okay, but I haven't read it either.
Yeah. Yeah,
I think it's about the
Witcher series. Mm-hmm. Yeah, because you have 0.1, 0.5, 0.6, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah.
Oh, that's why it looks like there's so many.
Relatively small. The short stories, I guess.
Oh, yeah, but I guess they're intense. You know, maybe even if they're short, they're intense.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So bad. Maybe next year.
Oh, I really want to read Skyward.
Me too.
It's so good. I'm planning to read Mistborn first because I heard it's better like this. So yes, hopefully soon.
Yeah, that's the 5th of December here. Sinterklaas, woo! We don't really celebrate, but I still eat paper notes.
Do you have it on December 6th as well?
No, 5th.
5th? Or is it no, it's the 6th here. Or 5th.
It's the 5th here, and then on the 6th, on his own birthday, he goes back to Spain. It's an entire thing.
Wait, what is this?
Basically, it's a Dutch holiday.
Oh no, it's a 6th for us.
Oh, really?
See? It's a 6th for us.
Wow.
Interesting.
I didn't know that. Well, but yeah, it's a Dutch holiday, and it's just basically like it's kind of like Santa like the Santa Claus is kind of like Sinterklaas. It's like it's very similar, but a little bit different.
Yeah,
but
it sounds interesting actually.
It's a fun.
Yeah, and usually you get like speculoos and mandarins. At least here, you get also like gifts, like toys, etc. But mostly like food.
Marzipan.
Yeah,
I love marzipan so much.
Yeah, holidays are fun.
Yeah.
Oh
no.
Yes. That's sad. Like I always also love to feel that my birthday is special, and I always feel like so many people were born in my month, like in July. I always feel like so many people were born in July. I don't know, like I always say like how you talked about October and not January, that you all have birthday on January. So I feel that always when someone talks about birthdays, it's always someone in July. So I never feel special. But I'm special. It's okay.
You're always special, no matter when you're born.
Absolutely.
Yes.
More October babies.
Ooh.
Wait, so did your birthday pass already, Jane?
No, it's in the 25 in 2 weeks.
Okay.
Yes,
That
I'm
means
really excited.
I have to start getting you a gift.
You
I
don't
always
have to.
forget. It's so bad. I want to send my friends like gifts, but I forget.
You
So
really
bad.
don't have to.
But I want to.
Hold on, I'm updating you now.
Write it down.
Wait, Sasha, your birthday's October what?
15.
15. Got it.
15. I will write it too.
You're very close to Femke, who's also like her birthday is also in October.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it's I get this wrong every single time because my two best friends are both like their birthdays are both in October, and it's the 9th and the 12th. But I'm pretty sure Femke's is the 12th, so it's very, very close.
Mm-hmm. Yes, I actually have two of my best friends have birthday, and it's the same day. They were born like a year difference, so that's really it's really easy. You need to remember one birthday less.
That's so easy.
Yes.
Oh, it's the 9th. I was wrong. It's the 9th. Sorry, Femke.
Recording
so
and
bad.
sending to Femke.
Well, at least I get her birthday gifts, and I was there on her birthday last year. So on the 9th.
On the 9th, not another day. Amazing.
Shall we start wrapping up in a little bit?
Yes. We're already. Oh, it's almost 10 p.m. for me, and I'm working tomorrow, and I work today.
Oh, no.
I'm just tired.
I also have to work tomorrow.
Yeah, work. We need to work, live, to earn money, and to buy books with that money. Yes.
Well, it kind of makes sense because when he goes back to Spain, he has to cross Belgium after the Netherlands. So 5th, 6th, 7th. But yeah, I don't know about France. I know it doesn't exist everywhere in France, but I believe North France, it does exist.
Oh, really? I thought it was only in Belgium and the Netherlands, but...
No.
Sorry.
Cool.
Yay!
Yes, exactly 14 days. I'm so excited. I'm also going to a little vacation, like a weekend vacation. So it's going to be fun. Yes, I'm really excited.
What?
On the 15th.
That's wild!
Cool. I actually saw some kind of research that if there is a group of people, say, for example, 40 people, the chance of two people having the same birthday is not a little bit, it's something over 80%. It's weird. I can't explain to you because I don't remember the explanation, but it has some kind of explanation, like science explanation. I don't know what. There is explanation to these statistics, but yes, I saw a video on it once, and it's really cool. So it happens a lot. If you see in a lot of groups, someone has two people has the same birthday, not the same month, even the same date. It happens a lot. Yes, it's interesting. Look statistic on both dates at the same date. You can't remember what it called. But there is a few researches on this, and it's really cool.
I mean, at the end of the day, there are only 365 days, so the chances are pretty high.
Yes, but there is some explanation why not.
Yeah.
So many people in October, so cool.
Yes, a lot of people.
Yeah, when I was a kid, I was like, no, my birthday is October 31st.
I think this is very true. Yeah.
I want to be rich.
These are good words to end on.
We all want to be rich.
Just marry rich. I will become rich by my own means.
Yes, that's a good plan. You do. That's the most good plan.
Does that mean that when you get rich, I can marry you and I can marry Rich?
Okay, that's the first offer I ever got, so yeah.
Look who came.
Oh, that's a first, I
Aw.
think, during a live, right?
Yes. Today, for
Oh.
first time.
So fluffy.
Yes, she's really floppy. She has like a really floppy fur. She's really white.
Cute.
Yeah, she's really pretty. She's beautiful. Okay, so
Aww.
That's cool.
oh,
No.
oh, that's cute. Yes, that's cute. Okay, so we talk a lot. We didn't read a lot, but at least
It was fun.
Yes, yes, yes. She's the cutest. I love her. She's so sweet. Okay, it was really, really fun. Thank you so much for everyone who joined us today. It was so fun to talk about random stuff and books and everything. And yes, and we talked a lot, but it was fun.
Thanks for
Yes.
listening to us ramble.
Yes, definitely. And we also have like for all of you that are in EmberInTheAshalong, we have our fourth live show on the fourth book in August 1st. Everything is in our Twitter and Discord, so you can check the exact time, but it will be the same like today, I think. But yes, in August 1st, we have the fourth live show. It will be on Sasha channel, I think.
I think so.
Yep.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay, and yes, it was so fun. Thank you so much for everyone.
Yay.
Thank you so much for
Thank
joining.
you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you. Okay, so thank you so much.
Bye-bye.
Bye, everyone.
See you soon.
Bye.
Goodbye.